Hello, hello, hello. Hey there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, everybody. Welcome. It is Transformational Tuesday. Come on in and have a little chat with Tammy. Let's talk on today. It's Transformational Tuesday. I'm so super excited to be live with you today. Come on in, everybody. I hope that you have had a terrific Tuesday. I certainly have. Hey, over there on Periscope, thank you so much for joining. It's Transformational Tuesday. Come on in. Hey, Norman. Hey, Deirdre. Thank you so much for joining. Come on in, everybody. Hey, Michelle. Hey, sis. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so super excited to be live with you today. If you are on with me live today, give me some hearts, some thumbs up, or just jump on and say, hey, and let me know that you're on live with me today for Transformational Tuesday. It's time to talk with Tammy. You know how we do it every day. Have a quick conversation. Come on in, everybody. Now, as you join, go ahead and invite others to join the conversation on this evening. Go ahead, like, tag, and share on this evening. Hey, Crystal, thank you for jumping on. It's Transformational Tuesday. Come on in so we can have our daily chat. Again, hey, Norm. So super excited to be on live with you today. So I'm going to get at it. I'm going to go ahead. Hey, Crystal. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and invite some others to join. I hope you will do the same. Go ahead and hit that invite button, share, and join, asking others to join the broadcast on today. Again, so super excited to be live with you. So guys, let me know, how is your day going? Have you had any wins or successes so far this week? What's going on new, any new developments? Because you know, I want to celebrate with you. I believe in celebrating the successes, no matter how small or how large they are. I want to celebrate with you. I think that we are in a hustle and bustle in life so much, and we fail to stop and celebrate our successes. We focus more on the failures and the letdowns in life, right? You know, we focus more on disappointments than we do on celebrating our successes. So I like to celebrate successes. So if you have any wins or successes, let me know and I will celebrate with you. That's what it's all about. With having community and camaraderie among each other, it's important that we support and celebrate each other. So come on in. So with that being said, go ahead and invite someone else to join the broadcast on this afternoon for Transformational Tuesday. Again, I'm so super excited to be live with you today. Now, hey over there on Periscope, thank you for joining. For those of you who are not familiar with me, maybe it's your first or second time joining the broadcast. My name is Tammy Durden, international speaker, author, and image coach. Now, what professional women and female entrepreneurs hire me to do is to help them push past setbacks and stagnancy, to identify their authentic style and transform their image into something amazing. I am the image maker. So remember, how you show up in the world matters. That can make or break your next promotion, your next job opportunity. And when we talk about image, that's your inner image, your outer image, because definitely what's on the inside will flow outside. But we want to make sure what's inside and your outer presentation is impeccable. So let me know. Go to, as a matter of fact, I want to share one other thing with you today. So not only am I the image maker, I am the founder and executive director of Tammy Durden Ministries International. It's a women's empowerment ministry. And on October the 5th of this year, we are having our 5th year of the Women's Empowerment Conference, Get Up, Dust Yourself Off and Win. This year, we're having what's called the Worthiness Experience. It's an amazing opportunity. We're going to be talking about singles, dating, marriages, relationships. We're going to be bridging the gap between singles. So bring your boo with you. Men are invited to the conference this year. It's going to be amazing. Why? Because we want to bridge that gap. There are too many single men, too many single women. We want to get the right wisdom and information out there to bridge that gap so we can have some successful relationships and marriages. So be sure to go to getupandwin.com to grab your early bird tickets. We do have early bird tickets available until August 17th. But you want to grab your early bird tickets at getupandwin.com. It's going to be amazing. We have an amazing lineup. When you go to getupandwin.com, you'll see all of our speakers from Christy Orno. You'll see Dr. Connie Stewart, Dr. D. Ivan Young, Dr. Scott Davenport, Brent and Angel Rhodes. We have relationship experts, breakout sessions, a live band, lunch. It's going to be amazing. So I'm so super excited about it. Transformation is going to come. Divine connections are going to happen that day. It's our 5th year of the conference. The number 5 represents favor. The conference is on the 5th of October. So it's going to be double favor that day. Amazing things are going to happen. So you want to be there. Go to getupandwin.com. Getupandwin.com and meet us at the conference. Hey there. So who else has joined? Oh, we have a whole gang of people that's joined us. I'm excited about that. Hey, Aura. Thank you so much for joining, sis. Debbie, thank you for jumping on. Hello. Hey, Cassandra, Sandy, how are you? Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Roylene, thank you for watching. And remember, if you're in the Houston, Texas area, the conference will be in Houston, Texas, although we will have virtual seats available. So if you are outside of the Houston and surrounding area, in a different state, in a different city, you can join us for the entire conference virtually. So be sure to go to Get Up and Win. We want to have you with us virtually as well. Hey, Frida. Hey, Talia. Thank you so much for joining. Zena. Hey, Zena. How are you? Thank you for joining today. Hey, Xavier. Thank you for jumping on. It is Transformational Tuesday. So let's get into our topic of discussion on today. Let's talk about it. Who's ready to talk about it? So I made a post earlier that essentially said that sometimes you have to push through, right? There are some things in life. If you want to make it to the next level, you got to keep pushing. And there are some things that you essentially have to push through in order to get to that next level. And many times in life, there are obstacles, there are boundaries, whether physical or there are spiritual or mental blocks or constructs in the way that's stopping us from getting to our destiny in life. So sometimes you got to push back to push through. So sometimes you've got to push back, right? We oftentimes lay down and let life trample all over us. We don't push back. We don't fight. We don't take a stand. But sometimes you got to push back to push through. So what are you talking about, Tammy? So you got to push back. You got to push back on some of that negative chatter that's being presented to you. You got to push that stuff back. No, I don't receive that. I don't accept that about my life. And so when we begin to push back and not just settle and not just receive what life has to offer us, that's when we can begin to push through to the next level of our lives. Hey, Dominique, thank you for joining. Welcome. Hey, Danita, thank you so much for jumping on. Benjamin, welcome. How are you? Thank you for joining. Hey, Leslie, thank you for jumping on, sis. It's Transformational Tuesday, and our conversation, and you all can definitely join in the conversation. You know I like feedback. Yes, thank you, Benjamin. Benjamin, I can always count on you and Deirdre. Yes. So you got to push back. It's time to stop settling for whatever life has. It's time to just stop saying, well, things happen, or, it's God's will. No, stand up, push back. Stop settling for whatever life dishes out to you. Stop settling for when people say things negatively or present you with things that are less than. And so when you know your worth, you know what's less than. When people present certain things to you, oh, well, maybe you're not ready for the manager position, but we have a supervisor position. No, push through. Know your worth, know your value, push back, and keep pushing until you get to where you're supposed to be. Yes, Norma, you got to push back. Sometimes you got to push back to push through, because there are things that are in the way of your destiny. There are things, there are mental constructs, and so we got to push back some of that stinking thinking, some of those negative thoughts in our mind that are literally stopping us from getting to the next level in our lives. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't have the degree. I'm too old. You got to push back on that. Don't settle for those negative thoughts and that limited thinking and beliefs that's stopping you from getting from where you are to where you want to be. You got to push back. Push back with your word. So when those negative thoughts come to your mind, open your mouth and begin to speak positive words. Push back those negative thoughts with positive affirmations, positive words about yourself. You know, I am beautiful. I am smart. I'm wise. I'm intelligent. I'm a go-getter. I'm a mover and a shaker. Everything I touch turns into gold. Begin to say those positive things and push back those negative thoughts, and then you'll begin to see your thinking and your life transform into something amazing, because you are what you think about. Words become things, and so you want to stand guard at the gate of your mind to protect your mind and to guard your mind from those negative thoughts, those negative things that present themselves to you. Start pushing back. Start pushing back. When those negative thoughts start coming that you're not enough, you're not worthy, you're not good enough. Do you remember what you did? Do you remember how you messed up? So you got to start pushing back on those thoughts with positive thoughts and positive words that will reinforce who you really are and help you to get from where you are to where you want to be. Yes, absolutely, Norman. Norman says, as a man thinketh. That's the word. As a man thinks, so is he. You are, and you become what you think about. So you got to know the power of words, the power of thought, because we are in our own way sometimes. And so when you begin to push back those negative thoughts, those negative things, then again, you'll begin to see your life transform into something amazing. Hey there. Hey, Vanessa. Thank you so much for watching today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Transformational Tuesday. We're talking about you got to push back to push through. There are some things in your life that you've got to push back. Not only is it thoughts, sometimes you got to push back with some people. Right? Sometimes there are people that are in our lives and they've only come in our lives for a season. And we've got to know that. We've got to recognize that. And we've got to accept that. Sometimes we're holding on to dead weight. Sometimes we're holding on to dead relationships. Sometimes we're holding on to things that should have been done a long time ago. Whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship, you know, whether it's a job you should have let go a long time ago, right? Because now you're in a negative state. You don't want to go to the job. You don't like the people on the job. You don't like the work that you do on the job. And so now the whole environment is just negative and toxic because you should have left there a long time ago, but you allowed fear. You didn't push back on fear, right? Because fear is one of those blockages that gets in our way. You didn't push back on fear. You stayed in your comfort zone. And so now you're in a place where you're stuck, stagnant, disgruntled, and angry. And you're in a place in your life where you could have been further ahead if you would have just pushed back on fear and taken a leap of faith to get to the next level in your life. Absolutely. Yes, but Vanessa says so true. Absolutely. We are the gatekeepers of our minds. If you don't stand guard at your mind, anything is going to come through. Absolutely. Yes. Crystal says, I am enough. That's right. You are the head and not the tail, above only and not beneath. Absolutely. You got to know who you are. You got to know who you are, and you got to know your worth. So we're talking about today, you got to push back to push through. You got to push back on those mental constructs and blockages. You got to push back on fear, because fear will allow you to miss out on really your destiny. If you allow fear to linger long enough, not just fear of on your job or fear in stepping out in business, fear of being in relationships. Me personally, I had to push back on fear. Some of you may know my story. I've been married twice and divorced twice. And so now I'm at a point in my life where I'm ready to be married. And so I had to push back on the fear of you're not worthy of being married. You tried and you failed it 2 times. So what makes you think that you're qualified to be married again? Well, what I do know to be true is because who I belong to the Most High King, and no matter what happened in my past, I'm qualified for promotion. And so you got to know that. And so I had to push past the fear of failure, failing again in another marriage, because the enemy wants to tap you on your shoulder and say, oh, you already failed twice. What makes you think you just might as well go for failure number 3? You're not marriage material. You're not ready. Did you? And so the enemy, so I had to push past fear, be open and say, yes, I am ready. I had to recognize and know again whose I was and who I am, and that I am worthy. So if I did not push past the fear, I will be still stuck in my past, right? So when we don't push past the obstacles, when we don't push past the fear, it holds us hostage in our past. So if that's you today, you've got to push back on fear. You've got to push back on fear, whether it's fear of failure, whether it's fear of success, whatever that fear is, whether it's the fear of being alone, whatever that fear is, you got to push back to push through. Because when you start pushing back, then that means that the passageway is going to start opening for you. New doors of opportunity. God will be able to align you with the right people, places, and opportunities that are critical for your success and destiny in life. So you've got to push back to push through. Yes, Benjamin says he was there before. Norman says they're lost. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So you've got to push back to push through, whether it's mental constructs, whether it is fear, whether it is people that no longer serve you in your life. And you know if they no longer serve you. Anybody ever been on that conversation? You're on the phone and you're just holding the phone talking that person is talking, and you're thinking in your mind, why am I still on the phone with this person? They're just talking foolishness, just a bunch of nothing. And so your mind is thinking other things, thinking about how you can progress and, fruitful and positive and progressive conversation. And that person, they're trying to gossip, or they're just talking about some nonsense, right? And so you got to push back on that. Don't sit there and waste your time with foolishness. Again, you got to guard your ear gate. You got to guard your eye gate, because you are the sum total of the 5 people you hang around. So some of us, it's time to do a circle check and start pushing back on some of that dead weight that we have. That's why we can't get to the next level. We're still trying to drag people along that are really not trying to go anywhere, that are really not trying to do anything. And so I had somebody to tell me, oh, well, you're just all about yourself now. Oh, no. Don't try to put that label on me. Don't try to hold me back with your negative comments, because I'm trying to move, because I am moving forward, because I am progressing. So don't allow people to discourage you with their words, because they're not going anywhere and you're going somewhere. So you got to stay focused. You got to push past the negativity. You got to push past the fear, and you got to push past the people that are hindering you from getting from where you are to where you want to be. So if you're in that state, you've messed up, you've made some poor choices, you made some decisions, you don't feel worthy, you've got to join us October the 5th at the Get Up, Dust Yourself Off and Win Women's Empowerment Conference, where men are invited. Did y'all hear me? Norman Thomas is on. He's going to be there. Deirdre Levy, she's on. She's going to be there. Crystal Durden is on. She's going to be there. So it's a number of people that are already on the live that's going to be there. Guys, if you haven't signed up, make sure you sign up. Go to getupandwin.com. If you failed in relationships, if you're ready to get back on the dating scene, we got Dr. D. Ivan Young that's going to be there putting it down with wisdom and information. If you're rusty and you haven't been on the dating scene, maybe you're married and you need to rekindle some things, bring your spouse. Go to getupandwin.com. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be life-changing. It's going to be life-changing. So I'm so super excited about that. Hey, Starlet, thank you so much for joining, sis. It's Transformational Tuesday. We're having a conversation today. Sometimes you got to push through. Yes. Sometimes you got to push back to push through. You got to push back on all the negativity in your life so that you can push through to your destiny and live the life that God designed and created you to live. Norman says, woohoo! Yeah, Norman's going to be there. Actually, Norman is a part of the live band with TJ and the crew that's going to be there. super, super fantastic. You got to be there. It's awesome, guys. Yes, October the 5th. So, again, thank you so much for joining. I believe this is my time for today. You all have been awesome. I love you. You're a wonderful community of people. I know most of you will be at the conference. I look forward to seeing you there. For those of you who I have never met in person, but follow me, I appreciate you. You got to join us in Houston. If you can't join us in person, we do have virtual tickets available where you can join us for the entire conference virtually. Go to getupandwin.com. Yes, started. It's Transformational Tuesday, baby. Go to getupandwin.com and we hope to see you there. So again, if you're live with me today, I so appreciate you. If you're watching the replay or one of my watch parties, I equally appreciate you. I don't take your time for granted. Go ahead and like, tag, and share the broadcast with somebody else who you think that it would be a blessing to. And I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow for Wow Wednesday. Have a great evening, everybody. Love you. See you tomorrow. Bye.